Well, good morning, YouTube. All right, as you can see behind me, it's obviously not morning. We worked hard all day, got the rest of the setup done, and we are geared up and ready to go for tomorrow. That's right, tomorrow is the first day of the 2022 Daytona Beach Bike Week. We are planning on getting our butts kicked. I intentionally did not record a lot today because it wasn't anything real exciting, but I planned on doing this video tonight. So this video is going to be all about the goals that I want to reach throughout 2022. In addition, a lot of people have been asking for our rally schedule, where we're going to be, when we're going to be there. So we're going to go over that at the end of the video as well, and probably post it in the links and maybe even on the info page on the YouTube channel. All right, guys, I know it's the beginning of March. Yeah, it probably shouldn't have taken me 2 months to put together this video, what my goals for 2022 are. However, I didn't want it to come across like a bunch of New Year's resolutions, so I intended to wait a little while. I don't know that I intended to wait this long, but anyway, here we are. We're gonna do it right here. Like I said, these are not resolutions. We're not talking about I'm gonna go to the gym more often, I'm gonna eat healthier, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna be a better husband. But by the way, I have lost about 25 pounds this year, which is good. We just ate too much through the holidays, trying to get back on track. But anyway, that is not what this video is about. These are about the goals that I want to reach in, well, a lot of different categories. So we have extreme bikes. You know, this is the business that we travel onto the rallies in, and I have a lot of goals there. We've got the trucking business. I've got a lot of goals I want to meet with the trucking business as well. I've got the YouTube channel. There are goals that I want to reach with the YouTube channel, as well as my Amsoil business. I know, guys, I'm running 4 businesses here. When I tell you that I don't have a lot of time to myself, I mean it. But I'm pretty driven to get some of this stuff done, and I do get a little time to myself. But I do need to make better management of my time so I can get more stuff done to reach these goals. Now, you'll see that a lot of these goals are actually going to overlap. So a goal in one area is actually going to benefit another area, and sometimes more than one area. So it's going to get a little bit complicated, but it's just because I'm a complicated person and I've got a lot on my plate. All right, so with extreme bikes, our rally venue, boom, there we are back there behind us. You know, like any other business owner, I want to increase my sales. My goal for this year on sales is to increase them by approximately 30%. Now, part of that should come easy. If you guys recall, last year we were not able to make it to the Laconia motorcycle rally because we lost the stacker going down the highway, and that caused a lot of problems. Hopefully everything goes smooth this year and we will make it to Laconia. Now, truth is, Laconia is not one of our better shows, so it might only account for 10% of that 30% increase. You know, maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be more, but I'm not counting on it. It just hasn't been one of our best shows. In fact, we are considering this year and next year being the last years that we do that show unless we see a significant turnaround. Now, the only reason I'm willing to do it this year and next year is because next year is the 100th anniversary of the Laconia Motorcycle Week. Now, no motorcycle rally in history has ever hit the 100-year mark. So that's history. That's groundbreaking history that's never been done before, and I don't want to miss that. Even if I don't make any money there, I still want to be there just so I can say that I was at the Laconia Motorcycle Week's 100th anniversary. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. So obviously, to increase sales, we've got to move more product. And as some of you know, we cut back on rallies. You know, in 2019, we did 22 rallies, I believe, or 20 rallies. I don't even remember now. But we averaged between 18 and 22 a year. Corona year, 2020, we only did 5. Last year in 2021, we only did 10. We had 11 scheduled, but we only did 10 because of the whole Laconia mishap. This year, we have 11 rallies scheduled, the same ones we had scheduled last year. So I do not want to add any more events. So I'm going to put the focus on increasing the sales at the events that we're currently doing. And the best way to do that is we are giving ourselves a more professional image. Now, some of these goals we've already started on. Some of these goals have already been completed. You guys saw the last couple of days we were working on the new awning. That's all part of that, having a more professional image. That is done. We also got some new motorcycle lifts. They're nice lifts. Now, that's not really an image thing, but it's gonna help us better serve our customers, which should hopefully increase sales at those events. We will be able to provide better customer service. You know, it's not often that we have to turn people away because we're busy, or people are just too impatient because we're busy, but I really don't want to turn anybody away. If I can get one more guy working, one, I'm providing a job for somebody, and two, we can take care of that customer and earn that extra revenue, or maybe 10 more customers or 100 more customers. You know, and on that business, we're also going to try to create an easier setup. Again, some crossover here. The new awning crosses over into that because that awning is so much easier to set up than the old awning was. Just the way it's designed, everything snaps together nice and easy. This will take some of the physical load off of Chip, Katie, and I when we're actually doing our setup and our teardown. We're also going to try to streamline a lot of the other setup things, you know, make things a little bit more quick disconnect or easier to set up, or things that unfold instead of having to be unpacked and built, just to make our lives a little bit easier. Because setup and teardown is one of the hardest things we do. I mean, we work hard when we're working, don't get me wrong, but setup and teardown can be grueling sometimes. You know, and you guys already saw that, you know, I've been working on the power system on Goliath. So one of my goals for the Extreme Bikes business is I want to make more improvements on Goliath. That power system, the solar system, was one of them. We've started it. No, it's not finished. We still need to do a little bit more there. Those of you that have seen, very seldom do I ever film inside Goliath, and that's just because the interior is in rough shape in some parts, very outdated, but mostly the cab itself. There is no headliner, no insulation. The carpet, when I got it in the cab area, was just absolutely destroyed and molded and disgusting. So I ripped it out and I just kind of threw some, you know, interior house carpet jute underneath it, or the matting, whatever, the pad, I guess, and just some El Cheapo indoor-outdoor carpet, just so it wasn't a bare metal floor. The problem this creates is we get a lot of heat, we get a lot of noise. When it's cold out, we get a lot of cold come in there. It's just not comfortable. So I definitely want to soundproof the interior with a good sound deadening material and a better insulation. Actually get some fabric in there like a headliner, nicer seats, better carpet, clean up the door panels or redo the door panels. Before I do that though, I need to replace the window seals, because every time it rains hard when we're driving, I get rained on in the driver's seat. Well, I don't want to put new interior in there and have it get all wet, so I've got to fix that first. And then I'd really like to get an air conditioning and a heating system in there that's operational. I have no idea whether the AC compressor on Goliath is any good or not. I haven't tested any of that stuff yet since I've had it, because there's always been other projects that have taken precedence. But I have a lot of other things that I've worked on over the years on that. I think now it's time to work on some of the creature comforts, because I've got a lot of the business end, the safety related, the drivability problems. Most of them are taken care of. Another goal with the awnings was to get a better storage area for them. And I know I didn't give you guys good pictures of that, but we mounted a box on the roof of Goliath, so the awning for that can go up there. And we put another box on the front of the trailer so that that awning can go in there. We're not carrying it up and down. So those goals have already been met. They were on my goals at the beginning of the year. They have now been met and done, but it's on the list either way. All right, so the next business is my Amsoil business. Yes, you guys know that I'm an Amsoil dealer, and I do make money by selling Amsoil, not just here at Extreme Bikes, but as an Amsoil dealer, I do get paid, and I have to build a bigger, stronger dealer network. I want to increase my Amsoil business by 30% as well. Now, we have done really well with it the last few years, significant increases from year to year, and I'm happy where it's at, but I still want to strive to get more. So one of the things I want to do is work on more of a better education campaign. I want to, especially now that I got this YouTube thing going, I want to do some more YouTube videos where I'm doing more product comparisons and explaining to people the benefits of Amsoil and why it is so much better. Because guys, I don't mean, it's not just a little bit better. It is a lot better than almost everything else out there on the market. And a lot of people just don't know it. They see that it's got a slightly higher quart price and they don't understand it. They don't think it's justified. And believe me, it is. It is so justified, it's not even funny. Believe it or not, Amsoil is actually the cheapest oil to use if you use it the way it's meant to be used. Anyway, we're not going to go into too much detail on that, only because that's going to be a video that I want to make. And well, that's on the list of things to do. Oil comparisons. I also want to make videos explaining better about the Amsoil business opportunities. So as an Amsoil dealer, it's not just my job to sell oil. It's also my job to recruit and train other Amsoil dealers such as myself. A lot of people don't know that Amsoil is a multi-level marketing company, and we're not going to get into details about that right now. I'm just setting up so that you know why my goals are what they are. Unlike some multi-level marketing companies, it's all based around the Amsoil quality. I mean, they only do one thing, and that's make the best lubrication in the world. It's all based on a super high quality product, but it's all goes through a dealer network like myself. And if I can get more dealers under me, those dealers can then have the opportunity to make money, but it also benefits me financially as well if they are successful. So one of the other goals, if I want to increase my dealer network, I also need to become a better sponsor. I need to be better at teaching these other dealers how to be successful, because I want them to be successful, because it benefits all of us. Now, Amsoil also has a dealer training program that's all online. They call it Amsoil University. And I have a lot of the certifications already. So Amsoil has programs in place for me to better educate myself, to do all that are available to me now, and just continue that education. All right, guys, we're gonna get now into the YouTube goals. Now, you heard me mention some of my Amsoil goals were to create Amsoil videos to better explain things to people. Well, that could actually help benefit the YouTube channel as well, right? So first off, my first goal, the first goal I really want to do on the YouTube channel is I want to hit the 10,000 subscribers so I can give away that set of love jugs. I've been wanting to do that since September. It just hasn't happened yet. So that's primary goal, hit 10,000 subscribers, give away a set of love jugs. After that, we're gonna work on more. I actually want to reach between 20 and 25,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. Will we get there? Truth is, I don't know, but that's the goal. All right, so if I want to hit those goals, obviously I need to put out better quality videos, maybe play with the editing style a little more, have a little bit more fun with it. I also want to create a Love Jug Tech series. I say create, I've started doing some of that already. You guys have seen it. But I do want to do a little bit more of it and a little bit more in depth on different installation processes and answering some more of the technical questions that we get on a regular basis about the product. And you see here, this is where things cross over as well. By creating videos about love jugs and by creating videos about Amsoil products, these will help my YouTube channel. But these are things that will also maybe help extreme bikes. Last year, we got a significant amount of business from you guys. And I wasn't planning on that. I said, that's not why I started this channel. I started the channel because everybody told me that what we do for a living would make great videos. So I decided to do it for fun. It was never about money. It was never about growing the extreme bikes business. Now, I was kind of hoping to grow the Amsoil business with it a little bit by doing Amsoil videos. My original intention wasn't even as much of the daily vlog stuff as I ended up doing. It's just kind of morphed into that, but it's been working. I'm having fun with it, and as long as I'm having fun with it, I'll continue doing it whether it makes money or not. But obviously, if I can get the YouTube channel to create better revenue, it's obviously a benefit and it'd be fun. And also, if I can get it to make more money and get a better audience, or, you know, I don't want to say a better audience because you guys are freaking great. A larger audience. If I can get a larger audience, then I can probably afford to do some more of the projects that are at home. We've got cars and motorcycles and trucks, so many things that I want to do. The truth is I just don't have the budget to do it. So some of you out there in YouTube land have been asking about gear. So we are working on that. Actually having a hard time with it. It's hard to find somebody that's reliable, that can make things and still leave you a little bit of a profit margin. Everyone I've talked to so far wants to sell me shirts at a retail level. In order for me to make any money off of them, I have to jack the price up to you guys, and I don't want to do that. I want you to pay a reasonable retail and still leave a little bit of a profit margin left for me so that I can take that money and put it towards those projects. Something's got to fund them. So I figure gear is a good way. Now, we're not new to gear. I had made shirts years and years and years ago. In fact, one of the best shirts we ever made, and we've made quite a few, but we were sitting around one day. If you guys remember way back in the days, Geico had these commercials, all kinds of different scenarios, and then out of nowhere, somebody would say, but I have good news. I saved a bunch of money on my auto insurance by switching to Geico. So anyway, one day, me and some of the guys are sitting around the shop after hours, goofing off, and we came up with a shirt idea. And on the front of the shirt, it said, I have good news. On the back of the shirt, it said, I saved a bunch of money on my motorcycle insurance by outrunning the cop. And we started producing them and selling them on eBay, and they went over like a big hit. In fact, somebody liked it so much that they actually stole my idea. I remember back in like 2010, 2009 maybe, I don't remember exactly. I had shut down here in the fall one evening and went out with a friend, and we were up at the Full Moon Saloon on Main Street, and I happened to see a shirt that looked just like mine, but there was something different about it and I couldn't figure it out, but it was so close. So I finally got up to the guy and I looked at it, and sure enough, same exact wording. The font was like 99%. They changed just a little bit, and then it had like a company logo on there that was not my company logo. Something like Adrenaline Junkies or something like that, I don't know. So somebody liked it enough that they stole it. So I've even thought about reproducing those again, just because they always went over good. And then maybe doing a line of Extreme Bikes shirts. Now, some of you have said, do the Amsoil Atom, and I'm not sure about that. Remember, Amsoil is a trademarked logo, and I do not own the trademark to it. So my contract with Amsoil says that I am allowed to use Amsoil logos in the promotion of my business selling Amsoil products. However, I don't legally think I'm allowed to put their logo on something that I am going to sell for my profit. I'd have to check in the legalities of that. You know I go by Amsoil Atom, but that's not a legal name. It's just kind of a nickname, and they're fine with that. I can't create an AmsoilAtom.com. That would be a no-no. But I can have, the word Amsoil in a description for something I'm doing, but not in the legal name. So we just gotta be careful on that. All right, also to grow the YouTube channel, I was thinking some better drone footage. I was talking to a friend about making a better drone, and truth is, this is where I slacked. It was supposed to be ready by now, and I just haven't called the guy yet. So I need to get on that. I just so much other stuff I've been doing. The drone kind of took a back burner. The drone that I've got now works okay. It's not as nice as I like it to be, so I'm just gonna have him build me a custom one that's gonna be way higher quality and be able to do a better job. Because I know some of you actually are asking, hey, where's the drone footage? You want to see it? And we're definitely going to get some this week, I hope. I'm also working on doing some collaborations with other YouTubers. Now, some of them were willing to work with me. Some of them, they just seem to have a really hard time calling me back. Tim Gentry. I've offered to sponsor some builds on other channels, by supplying the oil and whatnot, and some of them just haven't worked out. I've reached out to Just Truckin', and we've talked. Justin and I have, Katie and I have talked, but yet it just never seems to go anywhere. They're great people. We just haven't been able to make things work. I did meet Tim Gentry about 1.5 years ago, and we talked about working on something, and then now I just can't get a hold of him. He's got that scam truck deal he's working on right now, where that guy really got the short end of the stick, where whoever sold him the truck basically just flat out lied to him and sold him a worn out engine and told him it was rebuilt. So they've got a lot of people throwing in sponsorships and financial help to get that guy back on the road. So I even offered to supply all of the lubrication products for the new engine and to get them going. And I just can't seem to touch base with Tim whatsoever to make it happen. Also, a little bit later this week, I'm hoping that John from Cycle Fanatics, he's gonna come up here and meet with me, and we're gonna talk a little bit. I'm not going to reveal just yet what we're going to talk about because that's for a whole nother video. But stuff like that, the collaborations can really work good to broaden a subscriber base. And there are other channels out there that I really like, including some of the trucking channels and some of the motorcycle channels. And I want to work with both of them. Oh yeah, back to the Amsoil goals. I know I'm jumping around a little bit here, but one of my goals for Amsoil is to make more headway in the diesel truck market. Now, I'm not talking about diesel pickup trucks. There's a lot of guys out there with diesel pickup trucks that know that Amsoil is the best product for the truck, and they're using it, they're buying it. I'm looking more for the semi-trucks. I mean, you guys know I also own a trucking company. I drive Goliath. I'm into diesel trucks. There are other name brand oil companies out there, whose names I'm not going to mention right now, who have done a fantastic job at marketing to these drivers and truck owners and fleet owners. And they're selling these guys cheap oil. Some of these guys are just looking at the price per gallon, and that's it. They're not looking any further forward than that. And so I'm kind of making it a personal business goal to get out there and get the blinders off of these guys, to get them to realize that it's actually smarter and cheaper for them to use the better quality product. Not even just in the short run, but in the long run. All right, sorry, I got off track there. All right, now, tonight, Industries Trucking. Yeah, I know you guys haven't seen any videos of that in a while. We had a situation where the truck that we were using, we did not own. We were renting it from a friend. Turns out, we decided not to do that anymore. And we're not gonna go into a lot of detail, but the truck was eating us alive financially. I know the truck's gonna be expensive, and I know that when we get our Kenworth on the road, we're gonna have to put money into it. The problem here is I was putting money into a truck that I had no equity in. I didn't own it. Literally in the last couple months that we ran that truck, we had to put $15,000 worth of repairs into it. And it just didn't make sense to throw that kind of money at something that we were just gonna hand back to a guy. It just wasn't working. So we gave the truck back, and since then, Knight Industries Trucking has had zero revenue. That was back at the beginning of November when Talon dropped the truck off. So the first goal for Knight Industries Trucking is just to get it going again. We've got to get the truck on the road. So yeah, we've got to put a lot of focus into the Kenworth, and I tried to get it done over the winter, but between the weather and everything else, we just could not get that truck done. Every part we tried to find for it took 3 times longer to find and get a hold of, and it just killed our timeline. So we've got to get that thing painted, we've got to get it operational, we've got to get it back in service. Now here's the catch. I think Talon has decided he doesn't want to be a truck driver. I think, you know, running with Beltman kind of put a bad taste in his mouth. There were times he was out for 3 months straight, and he's just not the kind of person that enjoys that. Alyssa wasn't real fond of it either. And so together they were kind of miserable out there. At this point, I don't even know if he wants to get behind the wheel of a truck at all anymore. So he may pursue other passions. And yeah, I'm a little disappointed that it didn't work out. I would have loved to see my son, you know, eventually take the reins and run this company and make it profitable and him have a good living. But he's got different ideas of what he wants to do, and I hope that they work out well for him. But no matter what, I don't expect him to do something that he's not happy doing, and I'm not going to pressure him into sticking with this business with me because he feels obligated to. I just don't think that's the right way to do it. So then the question is, can I run the business without him? Well, I probably could, but I've got a lot on my plate. It's going to be challenging, so I've got to make decisions on whether I'm going to hire a driver or just try to run the truck part-time when I'm not on the road doing this, which means none of my other projects will get done. Maybe hire a management company to help run and broker the business, but then that costs money. Don't know that we're at a stage that makes any sense yet. The truth is, with the way the trucking market is right now, if I get that truck fixed and painted, I could probably flip it and more than double my money on it, which financially would be a smart thing to do, but I really don't think that's what I want to do. I have even entertained thoughts of just incorporating the Kenworth into the Extreme Bikes fleet. There are some shows out there that I think I could justify running a second truck at, and carrying some other products. Not going to go into detail now, but got some ideas there. Now, some of the small shows, no, but like here in Daytona, I've got an opportunity to do so. Sturgis, I've got an opportunity to do so. Of course, if we do that, then the goal for Extreme Bikes would have to be way more than 30% to justify another truck on the road. So possibly buy a trailer to put behind the Kenworth to do some extreme bike stuff. I've also considered starting our own authority. With our own authority, we can run the spot market if we wanted to. We could contract with multiple companies if we wanted to get better paying jobs or choose the better paying job. Now with my own authority, maybe I'd even buy a trailer to do something locally with it. I know Joe has got a Mack dump trailer sitting there in the yard. Maybe I could get that from Joe and do some dumping. So right now, I really don't know what the future of Night Industries Trucking is. We have some goals to choose from. Who knows how we're actually gonna do it. And I mentioned it before, project vehicles. Again, see, this is where it kind of ties in with the YouTube. I've got these vehicles that need to be fixed and repaired and customized. That could potentially make good YouTube footage, but I can't afford to do it. So I need to create revenue to do it so that I can make better YouTube footage, which might create better revenue. See, kind of a vicious circle. But we're working on it. We got to get there. We have even considered, I say we, me, Talon, Katie, we've even considered doing some of these projects and then giving them away. You know, they say that the best form of flattery is imitation. And, you know, Justin over at Just Trucking, he gave away that Silverado that he did the LS conversion to and everything. And, well, we have a Silverado that we were going to do an LS conversion to. Looks like now that LS is going to end up in Talon's Caprice Classic, which was his grandfather's car, instead of the Silverado, but we can always pick up another LS. And we thought about just doing some of these and giving away. If we can get the YouTube where it produces enough to justify the project and then being able to give it away, I'm all for doing it. If you've got a couple of motorcycles I might consider giving away. Who knows? You guys know I believe in transparency and in full disclosure. YouTube has paid me from day one. Keep in mind, I've been doing this almost 18 months now. The total revenue that I have been paid, which just started back in August when we were at Sturgis, is when I finally got monetized. And since then, I think we've brought in $2,200 or so, give or take. Ballpark, I'm not giving the exact numbers, but it's right in that area. So YouTube is technically in the negative, 18 months, and I've made zero money on it because I've spent more than that to do YouTube. You know, iPhones with massive amounts of storage for doing videos are not cheap. I'm thinking this phone was like $1,200 or something like that. My new iPad, because I needed more storage, my old one that I was using before starting YouTube just wasn't cutting it. I couldn't produce the videos and save them and upload them because the memory wasn't enough. So just buying those two alone, well, that gets us up to about what we've made. Plus I got other camera equipment and so on and so forth things. So yeah, YouTube is still netting absolutely zero right now. But remember, it's not why I started it. But if we can make it profitable and make it do better, I'm all for it. Holy crap, guys. I'm looking at the timer on the phone now, and I've been talking for like 50 minutes. Not 15, 50, like 10 minutes shy of an hour. Had no intention of talking this long. I'm like, oh no, it'll be a little 10-minute video with my goals. Yeah, I run my mouth too much. So anyways, hopefully I'll edit it down to something smaller. But before we go, let's go over the rally schedule. So obviously right now, today is March 3rd. It's Thursday night. Well, technically, crap. While I've been recording, it's after midnight now. So it's technically Friday morning. It is officially the first day of Bike Week 2022. Yeah, so we are here March 4th through the 13th. That is the 2022 Daytona Beach Bike Week Spring Rally. All right, guys, after this, we are off for almost 6 weeks. And then we head to Panama City Beach, Florida for the Thunder Beach Motorcycle Rally. That is gonna go from April 27th to May 1st. Then we have about 10 days off, and then we have to be in Myrtle Beach. Now remember, we're technically down in Myrtle's Inlet. during the Myrtle Beach Bike Week. And the dates on that is going to be May 13th through the 22nd. All right, and after that, we get a couple weeks off, and then we have to be up in Laconia, New Hampshire in June. So the Laconia Motorcycle Week is June 11th through the 19th. And after that, we have almost a month until we've got to be out in Deadwood, South Dakota for the Deadwood three-wheeler rally. So the dates on that are July 10th through July 15th. And then we're just gonna stay out there in Deadwood, Sturgis area, Rapid City, that whole area. Maybe even going to Wyoming for a little while, but we're gonna have a couple weeks off before the Sturgis motorcycle rally starts. All right, so the Sturgis rally is going to go from August 5th all the way until August 14th. And then Ocean City, Maryland is gonna be September 13th through the 18th. And then we're back to Myrtle Beach again for the fall rally. That will be from September 26th through October 2nd. And then October 13th through the 16th, we will be right back here in front of the Sadvent Health Gate at Daytona Beach for Biketoberfest. And when we leave here in October, we will drive straight to Panama City Beach again for the fall rally there at Thunder Beach. So we will be there from October 19th through the 23rd. And then it looks like we got about 10 days to goof off again, because we don't have to be in Galveston, Texas for the Lone Star Rally until November 3rd through the 6th. And that will conclude the entire 2022 event schedule. Now, remember I said earlier, we're gonna try to get into the diesel truck market a little bit. I am planning on incorporating a couple of truck shows in this year, 2 at least. So right now we are planning on attending the, maybe we call it the MATS truck show, the Mid-America Truck Show. It is in Louisville, Kentucky at the end of March. So no matter what, it will at least be a great opportunity for me to film more YouTube footage, therefore working on those goals to build a bigger, better YouTube channel for you guys. All right, and just before we go to the Panama City Beach Rally, Thunder Beach, at the end of April, the weekend before that in Wildwood, Florida, there is a 75 Chrome Shop truck show. Now guys, I know the Goliath is not a show truck, but it is a one of a kind. It stands out. It still draws attention. I mean, you guys give me compliments on it all the time. Every time I'm at a truck stop, just getting fuel in it, somebody wants to talk to me about it. So no, I know it doesn't compare to some of these gorgeous trucks that are at these truck shows, but I think it's still gonna fit in. It'll give me the chance to talk to people, give me the chance to get some good footage. So we're gonna give it a try this year. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time I see you, keep those engines running.